Okay, so here we are looking at the T-Rise binding. And last year they had this super small, narrow ankle strap that I just hated. It was just too small, narrow, just too much freedom of movement to the point where my boots folded over and I just felt like my ankles were not supported at all. This year they added a new strap that isn't as big as the old T-Rise strap or the, you know, what was the binding? The factory used to have a real wide strap, but this year they added this new EVA foam strap. It's a little longer. It wraps around the boot a little bit more. It's a little wider than last year's. And I don't know what happened, but now I like this strap. This strap works. It holds my ankle really well. And it makes this binding much more recommendable. Last year I was like, well, if you're getting the T-Rise, give it a try with, you know, the ankle straps it comes with, but then see if you can buy the factory, the Union factory straps or the Atlas straps or some other strap from C3 afterwards and add those to it.
I also said the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, we were almost all unanimous on this.
Yeah.
It was, and so this year, this strap, I love it. I want it. I'd use it. I want to own these bindings. They're very responsive. They're very quick. The high back is twisty, but there's lots of give. The base plate is very responsive. You can see it has a similar look to the Union Force. There's lots of shock absorption. You sit high on this binding and you've just got lots of padding here, and I believe it's canted. Yes, it's canted. You've got a nice soft shock absorbent toe pad, and so this whole binding is just all about damp, and it's very responsive. It's just a step above the Atlas if you want more response.
Switch bindings with your friends and they have a little bit smaller boot or a bigger boot.
Boom
and out. And out.
Great. You don't have to take off the bindings. That's great work.
Which is great compared to the great compared to the old Unions that were very, very much so against adjustability.
Yeah, they hated adjustability, but they've gotten into it now. Toolless everything. Love this toe strap. It's just like last year's toe strap, only it has an X across and it fits really well around over your toe or over the top of your toe. I really didn't think I would like this. I thought it would catch the sides and kind of pull in, but it's one of the better toe straps we tried. And guys, what'd you think of the T-Rise?
Lovely bindings. Very responsive. Nice pairing with this board here.
That's what I was thinking. It really did a good job with the BSOD just because it had that chowder.
Turned the hell out of it.
Yeah.
So he stuck to the corner of my tip of my boot like bubble gum under a table. These were nice and snug around my ankle.
Supportive too,
yeah,
huh?
Supportive.
Even for how thin they are.
Responsive.
Kyle?
You didn't get that pinch if you cinch down your toe strap real hard. You get that pinch sometimes when you have a more non-flexible toe strap. So this one with the flexibility here, it didn't tend to pinch in. It's actually really comfortable even if you crank down on them.
Ratchets are super easy. Union ratchets years ago used to be a little grabby, a little sticky. These are just smooth on and off.
A lot grabby, a lot sticky.
Oh man.
What?
No, it's just funny. Remember that one time you sold me my very first pair of Union bindings and the toe straps wouldn't come off? It would take like 3 grown men all sitting there trying to help me just yank as hard as they possibly could to get the things off. And you were like, I never experienced that once ever.
I didn't. Nothing ever like what you did. The
grown
minute
men
I
trying to
gave
help
them
you yank
to
it
you,
off.
they just went to hell. It was like you took them and hit them and beat them. I was just talking about a little
I do not treat them like I treat you.
everything. Dude, if you even treat them half as well as you treat me, they were broken day one.
The Union T-Rise bindings, ladies and gentlemen.
My balls hurt
Readers.
from all the Peter, Peter verbal flicking.
Yeah, just to reiterate though, I really, really do love what they've done to the toe strap this year and put this little flexible section in it. I don't even 100% know if it does anything, but one thing that I don't like is when, and also these two side straps here are not completely rigid. They have just a slight bit of flex.
They got some give.
Which is something that I really look for in a toe strap. When they just make a pure solid toe strap that has no flex in it whatsoever, a lot of times if it's not situated around your toe absolutely perfectly, then it just won't suck in you know, your whole boot back like you want it to, but if it has just a little bit of flex with still that rigid, like
The rigid perimeter here.
the rigid perimeter
Yeah.
that eventually flexes
Everybody
and then
needs a
stops.
rigid
I mean, it goes this
perimeter,
way.
And it's
especially you
Because it
feeders.
goes
Yeah.
this way, but it's also
and the
slightly
new
rigid.
improved ankle strap.
Yeah.
Big improvements,
goes sproing.
guys, over the last year's T-Rice.
Nice work, Yoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in our good graces.
Yeah.
Highly recommendable
Highly.
binding.